Hello and welcome to the 2022 Incoming Ninth Graders Parent Meeting. We hope this information will help you and your student navigate their ninth grade year. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact your campus counselor, principal, or assistant principal using the number provided. The counselors at the high school are Mr. Doug Barnett, Ms. Kayla Bennett, Karen Harrington, Claudia Hurst, and Kim Spencer. We also do have Mr. Armando Martinez on campus, who is our licensed professional counselor. The assistant principals are Danny Guidry, Jimmy Heffernan, Denisa Mendel, Brenda Pickett, and Patty Sanderson. Miss Leslie Galeri is our Dean of Students, and Jeremy Ross is the GHS principal. Students will graduate on the foundation plan with an endorsement for a total of 26 credits. An endorsement can be thought of as a high school major. It allows the student to pursue particular areas of interest. Each year, your student's counselor will review the endorsements with your child. The 5 endorsements from which you will select include science and technology, engineering and mathematics, or STEM, business and industry, public services, arts and humanities, and multidisciplinary. Your student should have begun meeting with counselors and completing a graduation plan in the 7th grade. This is when they have the option to select electives in several areas. Every year after this, the graduation plan, including the endorsement, will be revisited. The student must specify in writing an endorsement before entering 9th grade. We recommend prior to selecting courses in the 8th grade because high school credits are offered in the 8th grade. Students can change endorsements. They will need to work closely with their counselor to ensure all graduation requirements are met. Let's look at the specific graduation requirements in more detail. Your student is required to graduate on the foundation plan with an endorsement. The number of credits in each area depends on your child's interests and goals. You will work with your counselor to determine what best fits your student's needs. However, a student must have a minimum of 4 credits each in English, math, and science, and 3 credits in social studies. The 2 foreign language credits must be in the same language. Your student will also need 1 fine arts credit and 1 PE credit, and will round out the remainder of credits in the selected endorsement area. Let's look at the endorsements more closely. The first endorsement option is STEM, or Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. There are 3 ways to earn this endorsement, which include focusing on math, science, or engineering. Students must complete Algebra 2, Chemistry, and Physics in order to earn this endorsement. The Business and Industry endorsement can also be obtained in several ways. This includes through agriculture, graphic arts or AV, finance, information technology, marketing, culinary, auto tech, yearbook, and debate. Students that choose this endorsement must complete an additional math and science credit. The public service endorsement can be obtained through focusing on areas in health science, education, law and public safety, and JROTC. Students who choose the public service endorsement must have an additional math and science credit. For students interested in arts and humanities, there are several ways to earn this endorsement as well. Students may focus on English, social studies, foreign language, or fine arts. Students will be required to have an additional math and science credit in this endorsement. Lastly is the multidisciplinary studies. This is made for students who are taking mainly AP or dual credit courses or are completing courses that are centered in core content such as English, math, social studies, and science. This is an example of our endorsement selection page. There are several areas that we will complete. First, we'll take a look at the top portion. In the box to the right, please neatly print the name of the student, first and last name, middle initial, and ID number. Just below that is an area for the student to write down their possible career choices that they would like to pursue after high school. Next, select your post-high school plan and sign the endorsement form. At the bottom of the page is the area to select one of the 5 endorsements. You can see the different areas are listed below each one. You will select the area which you are most interested. There should only be one X in the entire box. Students also have the opportunity to earn additional recognitions. They are listed here for your review. It is important, however, that you remember that a student must graduate with a distinguished level of achievement to be eligible for automatic admission to a Texas public college or university. Additional graduation requirements include the completion of 20 hours of community service, cardiopulmonary resuscitation or CPR training, which is generally completed in 7th grade. However, if your student did not have that opportunity, they will have time throughout their high school career to get this done. Students must also complete the appropriate interaction with law enforcement training and complete the FAFSA or free application for federal student aid. Students must also demonstrate career, college, or military readiness by earning a national or international certification, meeting college-ready standards on the TSI, ACT, or SAT, successfully completing 9 dual credit hours, or successfully completing 3 dual credit hours in math or English. Attendance is very important. To earn credit, a student must be in attendance for 90% of the course. It is imperative that if your student misses school due to a doctor or court appointment, that you get a note from them and turn it in to the GHS attendance clerk. Students are allowed 3 parent notes per semester. Notes will not be accepted if turned in after 3 school days upon the student's return. Notes should be received on the day that the student returns to school to ensure for accurate attendance reporting. During the 11th and 12th grade years, students are allowed 2 college visit days. As long as students bring back a verification letter on the college letterhead indicating that they were at a college visit, these will be excused absences. For college visits, students must use them each year as they do not roll over to the following year. Granbury High School has a unique grade point average or GPA system. Several years ago, we gathered focus groups made up of community members, current students, former students, teachers, parents, and administrators to evaluate our GPA system. Out of these meetings came our current GPA system. Granbury High School is on a 5.0 unweighted GPA scale. For students who opt to pursue a rigorous academic load, we instituted a system that honors their effort. A student who completes 16 advanced academic credits, also known as AACs, will have their overall GPA multiplied by 1.25. So, for example, if a student had a perfect unweighted GPA of 5.0 and successfully completed 16 AAC courses, his overall GPA would be multiplied by 1.25 and his weighted GPA would become 6.25. This is an example only to demonstrate how it works. In addition, we wanted students to be able to have an idea of where they might rank and what their GPA could be early in their high school career. So we conditionally apply the 1.25 multiplier when the student has successfully completed 6 AACs. To retain the multiplier, the student must meet the following benchmarks. 1. By the end of their 11th grade year, they must have successfully completed 10 AACs. 2. By the middle of their 12th grade year, they must have successfully completed 13 AACs. And 3. By the end of the 5th 6 weeks of their senior year, they must be passing 16 AAC classes. A student who does not meet these benchmarks will have the multiplier removed and their GPA will be reverted back to the unweighted scale. In addition, our focus groups wanted students to be able to take 4 years of extracurricular activities and not have it impact their GPA. So we allow for 2 fidelity points to substitute for 2 of the 16 AACs. A student can get a fidelity point by being in transcriptable activities such as band, choir, theater, athletics, and ROTC for 4 years during grades 9 through 12. For example, if a student takes athletics 4 years and theater 4 years during grades 9 through 12, he will have 2 fidelity points to use towards the count of 16 AACs. Our course catalog lists over 70 classes that are designated AAC eligible courses. A full explanation of the GPA system can be found in board policy. It is important to remember that middle school credits do not calculate in rank and GPA, nor are they eligible for AAC consideration. If at any time the student does not meet the AAC criteria, The multiplier will be removed and the student returned to the unweighted 5.0 scale. Counselors hand track every student working towards the multiplier to ensure they are on track and meet the requirements. This chart further illustrates important benchmarks regarding rank, GPA, and the application of the 1.25 multiplier. Remember, a student must successfully complete 10 AACs by the end of the 11th grade year, 13 AACs by the middle of the 12th grade year, and passing 16 AACs by the 5th 6 weeks of the 12th grade year to receive the multiplier. If these benchmarks are not met, the student's GPA reverts back to the unweighted 5.0 scale. More information is available in the course catalog. We offer a wealth of AAC courses for your child to meet the 16 AACs. These are some of the listings of our honors, AP, and dual credit offerings in the core content areas. These are our career and technology offerings that satisfy AAC requirements. Please note that almost every CTE pathway has at least one AAC course. These are more of our CTE AAC eligible courses as well as our Fidelity eligible courses. There is a new AAC being added for Practicum in Business Management in the Accounting and Financial Services CTE pathway. For students who are in AVID, AVID will be added upon completion of Year 4 under the Fidelity courses. Ninth grade students have the opportunity to begin earning AAC credits. One of the classes that is offered to freshmen includes AP Human Geography, which is equivalent to a college introductory geography course. Students who participate in AP Human Geography in their ninth grade year will develop habits of mind and skills necessary for success in future academic placement courses. This course also fulfills the requirement for ninth grade social studies on the graduation plan. Ninth grade students may also take AP World History. This will afford students the opportunity to earn college credit by successful completion of the AP exam in May at the end of the course. This course also fulfills the requirement for the ninth grade social studies course in the graduation plan. While still a few years away, it's never too early to begin planning for college. There are various exams to help prepare your student. These include the PSAT, ACT or SAT, TSI, ASVAB, and the high school end of course or EOC exams, which include Algebra 1, Biology, English 1, English 2, and U.S. History. All students must pass these EOCs in order to graduate. As far as the exams, ninth grade students would only be eligible to take the PSAT. In Texas, there is something called the top 10% rule. This rule indicates that students who graduate in the top 10% of their class could be eligible for automatic admission into any Texas public university or college. To be eligible for automatic admission, a student must graduate in the top 10% of his or her class. With the exception of UT Austin, they require graduation in the top 6%. Students must graduate on the foundation plan with a distinguished level of achievement. They must enroll in college no more than 2 years after graduating from high school and submit their application before the application deadline to their institution. And students are required to provide SAT or ACT scores. Students must also take the TSI test unless exempt from TSI test requirements based on ACT or SAT scores. It is important to note that admission to a university does not guarantee acceptance into a particular college of study or department. It is important early on that you make a plan for making college affordable. One such way is completing the financial application for federal student aid or the FAFSA. This is done in October of your student's 12th grade year. These are things for parents and students to think about as they work through high school. Now let's take a look at our freshman course load. GHS freshmen will take 7 classes each semester. It is important that you choose your classes carefully and keep in mind that you may have homework for as many as 7 classes at one time. Try to keep it balanced. In addition, we'll also select 3 alternate courses. Looking at your freshman worksheet, here's an overview of what you should be seeing. At the top of the page, there's an area for you to print your student's name and student ID number clearly. Just below this section, there's an area to indicate if the student is pursuing the 16 advanced academic credits, and there also is a section for students to indicate if they are currently in AVID and would like to continue AVID when they come to GHS. There is also an area to indicate the endorsement. Please circle the area of endorsement that you are most interested in. If you can't remember what that is, refer back to the endorsement sheet we completed at the beginning of the presentation. Your student will complete a course worksheet for registration. Students will select an English, Math, Science, and Social Studies class. In Math, if your student is currently in Algebra 1, he should select Geometry or Honors Geometry. Ninth grade students have the opportunity to begin completing courses that will earn AAC credit. These classes are indicated on the worksheet. It is important to note that Honors and AP classes tend to be more rigorous, move at a quicker pace through the curriculum, and require more independent learning from students outside the classroom. Students should be well informed and ready to commit to the academic course load that these classes will bring. Next, students will select their 3 elective classes. Remember, if you are in band or athletics and want to continue in one of those classes, you will need to put that down as one of your electives. You will either select Band 2 or the second year of the sport when you write it down if you received high school credit in 8th grade. Otherwise, you will select Year 1. If you have not started your foreign language requirement, you need to select either American Sign Language 1, Spanish 1, or French 1. Be sure to look at the course selection sheet provided with your worksheet to write the course numbers after the hashtag or pound sign. Once you have completed your 3 elective course selections, you will select 3 alternate courses. Don't forget to include the course numbers. Alternate courses are the courses that you would want counselors to enter should one of your electives not be available. Make sure your alternate 1 class is the very next class that you want to go onto your schedule if one of your electives is full or unavailable. Review your worksheet carefully to ensure that you have selected 4 core classes, 3 elective classes, and 3 alternate classes. If you are going to choose to participate in extracurricular activities, there may be some additional requirements. Tryouts may be required. Extracurriculars may have before and or after school practices. Some may have competitions during the evenings or weekends. It is important to note that a physical is required prior to the start of school for all athletes and band. If you have questions, please speak with the coach or sponsor about particular requirements and tryout times. So again, you should have a total of 10 courses, your 4 core classes, 3 elective classes, and 3 alternate classes. If students or parents have any questions, please feel free to reach out to your campus counselor, principal, or assistant principal. Thank you.